They say electric-based vehicles, or EVs for short, are the future of the automobile industry. I mean, why wouldn't it be? It runs on renewable energy, and most importantly, it is environmentally friendly, but poses an unwarranted problem: its maintenance costs. Today, you guessed it, we will be discussing how EVs are too expensive to fix. I know you must be wondering, why is their maintenance so expensive? And how can it be rectified? Well, stick around till the end as we answer these questions and more as we delve into the various intricacies surrounding EVs. Without further ado, let us begin. I get it. The world is changing. You all want one. Everyone wants to just hop on the bandwagon and get themselves an EV car. And I am not saying that they shouldn't, as owning an EV has a lot of advantages, rather to owning a traditional combustion-based automobile. But people now tend to overlook the one main flaw in EV cars: their maintenance. And while you reap the benefits of owning one, you will really consider reversing your decision when you have to bear the maintenance costs. But this begs the question, why are EV repairs so exorbitantly expensive? Well, let me explain one by one. First of all, it is the repairs themselves. Just think about it. We all have been using combustion engine-based cars for years now, or at least used to. I'm pretty sure you all know how we had so many different workshops to go to for getting our cars fixed. There are garages and workshops everywhere that deal with the smallest of issues, even swapping whole engines. All in all, we have experts that properly deal with any car, any make, any year. But we cannot say the same for EVs. As you can imagine, EVs require specialized knowledge and skills to repair. Since it is a completely new system and has a lot of intricate electrical systems, it's going to take time before a lot of people become skilled at it. Given the lack of competition and trained mechanics, they can be very costly. What's even worse is the fact that as the demand for EVs rise, the shortage exacerbates, which further leads to higher repair costs. I mean, it is simple demand and supply. But don't worry, folks, because if you stick around till the end of this video, we'll also talk about how problems such as these can be resolved. We have discussed the main problem at hand: a lack of skilled labor capable of dealing with EVs. However, the story does not end there. I'm sure you know how EVs have a completely different engine part when they are compared to conventional combustion engines. We have batteries, inverters, and motors that run the car. Well, the market is not fully suited to deal with the rise in demand for such parts, since they were not the norm, unlike other parts, such as headlights, etc. Moreover, such intricate systems also contribute to the complexity of repairs, making them expensive, as we have discussed beforehand. But that is not all, as they also raise safety concerns due to the high voltage involved. I am sure by now you have a rough idea of how these EVs cost a lot when it comes to repairs. But folks, we're just getting started. Besides the obvious issues of lack of skilled labor and complex parts, another issue is dealing with collisions. Previously, with combustion engine-based cars, dealing with a collision was not that difficult and could be done quickly and cheaply. However, with EVs, you cannot just replace damaged parts. You're also required to replace literally everything in the car after a collision, like battery housing, for example, just due to safety concerns. It really can be quite annoying. And to pile on to your misery, you can't even find most of these parts since they are not readily available in the market. Speaking of which, due to a lack of supply, insurance companies normally prefer write-offs over costly repairs, which further drives up expenses for EV owners. But let us suppose you have found a decent skilled workshop that knows how to deal with EVs and has many of the parts available. Well, if you're that lucky, you'll have to deal with the issue of lengthy repair times. Yes, folks, something that would normally take a few hours with the previous combustion-based engine cars Now it would take more than a day with EVs. This is due to the intricate parts involved, not to mention the obvious lack of supply for said parts and the comparatively new mechanic. So the tagline is, "Don't crash your Tesla." But that is not all, folks, as the list of costly maintenance cost issues does not stop there. EV cars, despite being branded as the future, are still somewhat new, and you can imagine there are bound to be reliability issues. People have actually done studies on this, and surveys have indicated that EVs experience more reliability issues. This clearly shows that they are more susceptible to breaking down, provided you do not take care of them, which further drives up maintenance costs. I mean, the charging element alone is pretty likely to break down. Moreover, EVs also have to deal with external issues, such as malfunctioning public chargers, which damage the batteries and engine and further contributes to the perception that EVs may not be worth the investment in repairs. But do not fear, everyone, as we have already devised some ways through which you can drive the cost of EV maintenance down. Well, first of all, obviously, is to implement training programs. In fact, people like Elon Musk, who, as you all know, heads the biggest EV manufacturer in the world, can also pitch in and implement training programs so that we have a lot more mechanics apt in dealing with EVs. This will increase competition and hence lower maintenance costs. Besides this, we can also work towards standardizing components. This way, we can ensure different automobile manufacturers use the same type of components, making their repairs and maintenance far easier. This will also make components more readily available, but that would be thinking too small. What we can also do is we can invest further in manufacturing, which would help us cover the demand. No, I'm not talking about the EV itself. I'm talking about the manufacturing of spare parts. Believe it or not, spare parts are the main issue surrounding EVs, unlike the car itself. Companies can choose to cover the demand for the car, but are not doing the same for spare parts. They should do the same, invest in their manufacturing unit, and work towards making their consumer base fully accessible to such amenities. Another way in which they can improve EV cars and their costly maintenance costs is by making them more efficient. They can do that by implanting smart updates in the car so that it would further enhance your EV experience. Moreover, they should also make the whole process automatic so that people do not have to go to workshops to get their car updated, which saves both time and money. In fact, they should just make the whole thing automatic and self-dependent by promoting DIY maintenance, so that EV owners can do tasks such as tire rotations, cabin filter replacements, and different fluid checks. If people can be taught how to deal with such issues, maintenance costs can be cut down to almost zero. And last but not least, EV manufacturers can also play their role directly in this and can encourage or even fund third-party repair shops, which have trained officials. I mean, the benefits are limitless, as this can foster a competitive repair market and offer owners more affordable repair options. But scratch that. EV manufacturers can provide maintenance packages right off the bat, which would not only boost sales, but would also provide cost savings and convenience for EV owners. Amazing, isn't it? At the end of the video, I would just like to say one thing. EVs are the future of the automobile industry, and we need to accept that. Whatever the issue is, whatever the costs are, they can be resolved as the customer base for the EV industry grows. Moreover, implementing the many ideas I gave you can also further make EV maintenance more affordable in the future. So who knows? EV maintenance might even become cheaper than conventional cars. You never know. And that's a wrap, folks. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video from us. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.